Hello, wood hoarders. Welcome back to the channel. It has been raining all week and nothing has had a chance to dry out, so I'm not in the mood to split wood today. It's getting all muddy back there by my chopping block, and I just don't want to be stomping around and throwing all my wood in it, and I just don't feel like it today. The lighting's not good for filming, etc. But you can see where my wood pile is back there. It's in the shade, and I'm not thrilled about that, so I'm just going to kind of see how it goes, see how well it dries out after the sun comes out. And if I have to move it, I will, but I'm not thrilled about putting wood in my backyard. I mean, you can see it's just a nice open green space, and I'd have to fill it all up with pallets and wood to get in the sun. So we'll see how it goes, and I can dry it out all next summer and move it if I have to. And also, if you notice, I have a bunch of new pallets that I unloaded, and I just threw them on the ground back there to get them out of my truck because, again, it was raining last week when I picked them up. But coming up soon, I'm going to make end caps for these wood piles and just stack more wood on them. And I'm not worried about having them in cord racks or whatever. I'm just going to make long rows with end caps and stack it all. And I can worry about measuring it when I throw it in the truck later. Okay, so we've moved inside now. And I don't know how many of y'all have been tuning in just to wait and see how long it takes for me to break my handle off of my wood maul. But thanks for tuning in regardless, especially you guys with the other channels and stuff. I know you know how much it means to have subscribers and everything, so appreciate it. Still looking or accepting t-shirts and stickers. That's a whole other deal. You know, whatever. I know I'm a growing channel, so I can't bring a lot to the game unless I was to come join you guys and help you split and stack wood for a day or something, which would be an awesome help for both of us. But anyways, this axe here, maul here, is a little bit loose, and you can see, I don't know if I can get it in the camera, how that is mounted with just one bit in it. And it comes with a couple other pieces that I didn't use, but I have several spare bits, a couple other ones from these other axes. So I'm just going to try to drive some more bits in this thing today, at least one, and see if that'll spread it out and I can get this thing to be more solid. And also, I did want to mention that I happened to sharpen this a little bit, or give an attempt at sharpening it, because it was really dull. These have been around my family for, oh gosh, I don't know, going on 30 years, I would say. At least 25 years, maybe 30 or longer. And these were passed down to me from my father, and I don't even know what kind of mauls these are. Let me see. Somebody out there might know if there's something. Here's some writing on here. Oh gosh, I can't even read that. It says, it looks like it says Google on it. It looks to me like it says safety Google. That's not what it says though. And then there's some other writing. I think it's a 6-pound. It's a little rusty. That's not a, yeah, it's got to be a 6. I don't know. It's upside down. It's not a 9. It's a backwards 9 or a 6, but you'd have to try to sand that rest off or something. S-A-E-T-Y-G, Google, G-O-O. Okay, if anybody knows what these markings are, chime in, but I cannot read that. Trying to get it in the light. It's like S-A-E-T-Y-G-O-O. I swear that second word looks like Google, but I think it might say 6 pounds or something. I don't know. I don't know who manufactured this. And then there's some other words above it I can't read. And then there's some type of inscription here that looks like a 6, but it's upside down. It's either a backwards 9. I don't know. So that's what it is. If anybody knows, let me know. But I don't know. Anyways, probably should start over. As I was saying, this is a family heirloom. It's been around a long time. I don't know what kind of maul this is. Somebody out there might like to know. I think it's a 6-pound maul. I cannot read the writing. There is some inscriptions on here that is just too rusty to read. I can try to show you. I don't know what the 600 or 6,000 is, guys. I'm not an antique wood maul expert, so if anybody knows, chime in and nicely tell me. But it's not grams or ounces because there's only 2,721 grams in 6 pounds. So, I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but that's what kind of maul this is. It's been around in my family a long time. I think it's a 6 pound. And I did sharpen this, and I was gonna say, I don't know if it really matters too much when you're splitting wood, if it's sharp or not. I mean, this is a splitting maul. And certainly it makes a difference if you have a chopping axe and you're chopping trees, but for splitting wood, I haven't noticed a huge difference. This may actually get stuck easier with that sharp point on it. I mean, it's still got a pretty wide wedge to it to split with, but I did sharpen it because it was all beat up. I mean, I was using this as a kid and stuff, and it was hitting concrete and the corners were knocked off of it. It had big chunks out of it. So I did sharpen it a little bit, and it's not perfect. I mean, you can see that. I could put a file on it and get it all crazy. But at the same time, it's just a splitting maul. So I haven't noticed a huge difference between the two. I have another one that's identical, that's not sharp, and I have this one. And it's not like I can do anything that I can't with the other one as far as splitting wood. So anyways, this handle was a little bit loose, and I'm gonna start by just trying to firm it up a little bit. I'm trying to do this on camera. Tap it down and get it nice and seated, and then I'm going to try to drive. See, that's moving. See how much that just moved? That's sticking up now. I'm going to drive another wedge into this thing and try to firm this one up because it was moving around. It was wanting to wiggle on me a little bit. So let's do that, and then I'm going to try to drive this wedge down in a little bit more, which is also going right down in there. Look at how far that just moved in there. So I drove that down in there. And then I'm gonna drive this second wedge in there. Still going down. Jeez. Okay, now I have this wedge that's kind of rusty. I got another one that's nice and shiny over here. 1 second. So I'm gonna drive that one in here as well and see if I can't get that to firm it up. And I think I'll just put that thing like right here and just go right into the wood. I could put 3 of them in if I want to, but you can see where I'm aiming for. And I'm trying to do this all on camera. You can see there's a little bit of meat on this side. I'm gonna just try to drive this thing in right here and shore this thing up a little bit. So let's see if I can do it while I'm behind the camera on a tripod and get you guys a good view of this. is cracking right there. See the crack in it? I'm gonna keep going with it. Okay, I'm gonna try that. You can see how far that second one drove down in there. And now it's, it's sticking up out of the top of the maul quite a bit. But hopefully that's more seated and more solid. And I'm just gonna go with it. So, hey, if you think this has been boring, let me turn the camera around. So, as I was saying, if you think that the channel's getting a little repetitive, a little boring, just hang in there and wait till the head of my maul goes flying off. That'll be interesting one day. I'm not looking forward to it, but these handles seem to break at some point. These wooden handles, I mean, I've broken quite a few of them, so eventually it will probably break, and hopefully this thing doesn't come unseated and go flying off. That's why I moved out away from my house, because if this thing goes flying off and through a window or into my house or a screened-in porch or something, it's not going to be pretty. But again, thank you so much for stopping by, everybody that's watching and continues to support me with views, and especially subscribing to the channel. I'm gonna keep splitting wood, keep building wood. I've thought about putting some stands out, but I'd have to find somebody that I could put it on their land or something and work out an agreement with them. I don't know anybody off the top of my head, so it's not an easy proposition to find a place to put firewood stands, because I'm certainly gonna have a lot of extra wood. And I just sell a little bit to friends, family, neighbors, things like that. But anyways, come along, keep enjoying the journey. Thanks for watching. I love seeing everybody else's stuff. I've been talking about some good things as far as starting a business and what it would take to get really big. And if you wanted to do kiln dried, heat treated wood and all that, that's kind of the next level of what it would take. But right now, I'm just starting small. I'm just a man with a maul. See y'all next time.